us. So
May this good be good for us indeed. That's a good prayer. And our Women Radio family,
honestly,
our Daily News Review family, we pray that this good will be good, will be kind for you. Yeah, that's our prayer for you. Let's get into the headlines this morning, Rose. Starting off with the Punch newspaper. 2027 battle. Kano earthquake as Yusuf dumps opposition for APC. When you see this, you probably think, oh, an actual earthquake, but this is a political earthquake because
yeah,
we've been seeing the writing on the wall. Is it the finger on the wall? The writings on the wall. We've been seeing it for the past few weeks. And then finally, Governor Yusuf has left NMPP, which was his paper for I say his paper, his party for
acting.
APC, and a lot of things that like people are like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what's happening? That's what's happening basically in Kano State, leaving I think only Kwankwaso in NMPP. But remember that Kwankwaso self is. He said one day he said ADC, one day he said APC. We're seeing all the moving pieces because by the time you close your eyes and open it, just blink like this, we're already in 2027.
Yep.
So everybody is doing what they feel would favor them politically. Nobody wants to be out of favor with the sitting president or the sitting administration. Yes, but to what end? Like we always say on here. Anyway, next up on the Punch newspaper, we have Discos rejects federal government's free meter plan. They said it's because so the federal government comes and says we're giving free meter plan. That's the prepaid meter to everybody, and they are like, excuse sir, you do realize that there are stakeholders, the people that are selling the meter, like they go ahead to list out all the people. So they said the government did not consult basically with them before it went ahead to say it was going to give prepaid meter. Like if you make this
Free.
statement,
Yeah.
can you pay for it? Do you have a system to to prevent the shortfall and all of that and all of that? Yeah.
Make ties. Another one says, can hold special prayers for 177 Christians abducted in Kaduna.
Hmm.
Okay, so those are the headlines from the Guardian newspaper.
We truly hope that they are released, like, because the anniversary for Leah Sharibu, yeah, is coming up by next month. And it's not interesting that we're still expecting Leah Sharibu, we're still expecting the Chibok girls, and then we have 177 Christians abducted in Kaduna. Please,
Yeah.
our daddy in chief, President Tinubu, please, we're begging you.
And
Okay.
to think that last year we had a conversation as regards to Leah Sharibu, and we talked about the consistent rounds of abduction that was going on. Still, we're still here looking at the same kinds of issues happening. So it's just sad that, I mean, you talk about something 5, 6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and up to today, we're still seeing those things still happening. It's just sad. It just feels as if, somehow we're not making headway. Somehow we're just, rotating in the same circle. Leaders are changing, but the issues are probably getting worse. Yeah, so it's not, no sweet for belly.
Mm-mm. Moving on to the This Day newspaper, your resignation, a betrayal of trust. Kwankwaso NNPP tell Governor Yusuf. Rose, do you think it's a betrayal of trust? Is it a case of me and you entered agreement that we're going to be in the party? I don't think that this is serving me well. I'm going to go. Is it a betrayal of trust, or is it a case of you're not a man of integrity?
Well, at the end of the day, now politicians when they talk, all this one that is talking like this, maybe you go behind the back now, they are shaking hands and
Who
they're doing
knows? Who
everything.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
So I wouldn't want to say it as both, but now them know what's in the face. But at the end of the day, a politician can move from one party to another, because all of them are both doing what will serve them. They're both doing what do we gain from. If and then what's the party called? It's not going to give him what he wants, especially for now, then he is definitely going to move. If NNPP is not going to make him, do a second term or get him to where he wants to, he would move. So even the concourse that we're talking about, self, if the party no favor am, e go waka. If so, it's just them being politicians. It's just them being politicians. Whether it's a betrayal of trust or it even put sacred trust, whether it's a betrayal of sacred trust or not, at the end of the day, they are politicians. Because if Kwankoso was in Yusuf's position, how Wisha is not going to do the same thing?
Yeah.
So I mean, what are we really looking at? All of them are politicians. They are all after what will serve them or what will, put them where they want to be. So I don't think it has for them or maybe betrayal, but for me, from where I stand, this is just a political move. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna quickly go through everything, see the analysis here. Next up in this day we have Ramadan. APC writes INEC
6 it on. Anyway, on Daily Trust, alleged coup, military hands over report to Tinubu. That's from Daily Trust. Another one says Kano governor's defection puts deputy on the spot.
Yes,
Yeah,
because the deputy is still in the NNPP, so it's like
yeah. So now
right.
you go see say she make I follow. I mean make I
Yeah,
take. Which one
yeah,
they have?
yeah. Moving on to the Vanguard newspaper, we have Reps disown minority caucus interim report on tax laws. This tax law, every day new messes we see. That's the only way.
Yes.
That's the only way. Every day new messes we see. Expands robotic surgery. That is a step in the right
Mm,
direction. As some,
yeah.
we say that our doctors are the best in the world. You might say I'm being biased or partial, that, but it's the truth because every time a Nigerian doctor goes abroad, we see them doing great things. We see them doing great things even in Nigeria, regardless of
Mhm.
the obstacles or how their hands are tied on certain things. But when they go with facilities, with a little bit of freedom, and nobody is no red tape, no nothing, we see the magic that they do. Now them they're always first doctor to first doctor to first doctor to. So this is really, really exciting news, and we hope that Nigeria will agree for these kinds of things to continue to happen. New,
I mean,
things like this. Yes.
when you look at it, when Nigerians go there, because of the systems that are in place, because of the welfare packages,
Yeah.
they actually settle down and do a good job.
Yeah.
Nigerians from here, we run and leave Nigerian hospitals and go and meet Nigerian doctors abroad. So what are we talking about? That now so we see.
Yeah.
So if we had good systems in place here, if we had good welfare packages, if we had good working conditions, what thing will make person the parking load they go? You can probably just go for holidays and come back. So I mean, what's I'm just saying, if you look at it very well, because these are some of the things that are making people go. So one here
Agree.
say, doctor fall die here, doctor something happened to this doctor here. Even if now you fool me, you get picking will be doctor, you no go tell am my pikin start to define how you want to come out to, because all
Yeah.
those are way doctors they die here because of XYZ. I beg my hand no day. So
Yeah.
that's what you get to see.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah. Mm. Okay, well, this is
Then,
definitely good. It's good.
mhm.
Let's get on to Premium Times. Gunfight in Ogun as suspected smugglers attack customs officials. That's one. And another one on Premium Times. Shell Global CEO hails President Tinubu, says his leadership and vision reasons company is keen to invest $20 billion in Nigeria. Mm,
Mhm.
this
In
is
the
good.
Nation news, yeah, it is. In the Nation newspaper, we have Constitution Review, Electoral Act 2026 budget top, Senate's agenda on resumption. Why do they even go on break? But that's topic for another day.
Do
Next
you
up,
know
we have
how do you know how many things they get to talk about? Why would they go on break? Their head is full.
agreed. Their head is full. They talk about a lot of things. Are the things happening though? Uh-huh. So, Loma, waste crisis, more behavior. Please, because I'm so sorry, I'm going back to that. Because we talk for a living. You don't see us going on break. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Loma, waste crisis more behavioral than operational. That's it from the Nation newspaper.
I mean, for me, nobody said she come and be a journalist. Oh, nobody said she come and be a broadcast journalist. Nobody called you.
Nobody
They,
said they should be beside it either. Why they going on break?
tomorrow, go and buy party tickets now and go and do your own senate. Honestly. All right, another one says police intercept truck carrying 40 bags of explosives in Oyo and arrest driver. Oh boy. Hmm,
My God.
okay.
But thank God, at least we can see the work they're doing. Thank God.
Hmm,
Moving on to the Daily Post. Leave me out of it. Zogara speaks on replacing Shatima as Tinubu's running mate. I'm not going to speak on this because we are one of the headlines today that we're going to be tackling with our in-house analyst is along the lines of this. So, and I have a question for him from this. So we're not going to stay there. Attention seeker punching above his weight. God, I beg. Rep Solomon Bob slams Tinubu's aide Boala over comment on Wiki. Moving on, we're not dwelling on Wiki, please.
all right, on Tribune, no more ASU strike in Nigeria, says Tinubu. Hooray! Police rescued three kidnapped victims in Gombe.
Congress, I declare support for Tinubu's second term, says former governor of Ogun State, Amosun. Lastly, we have suspected armed drug traffickers attack customs officers in Ogun State. God, I beg. Ah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
God,
Okay.
actually, I beg.
Yeah, that's sad. But those are the headlines from the national dailies this morning. You want to do well to get you a copy, or better still, go online to read them. But the best part is you stick around with us to tackle with us the headlines that caught our eye this morning with our in-house analyst. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917. You can listen to us on the go www.wfm917.com. Right about now, it is 16 minutes to 8. And with that, we are inviting our in-house analyst, Emmanuel, on your Women Radio. This is Daily News Review. So, let's just get it. Fire is on the mountain. Let's go. But first, good morning, Emmanuel. How are you this morning?
Hi, Femi. Good morning, and Rose. Good morning, and I trust you ladies had a wonderful weekend and probably a restful one.
You were part of my
Mm,
weekend, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
I'm not sure if I had the restful one, but yeah,
Okay, I accept the
we're
fact that
here.
was part of
Both
your
of you were
weekend.
part of my weekend, so I cannot say
Yeah,
it was a
fine.
restful
Uh,
weekend.
yeah, I accept that fact.
Okay.
Okay, let's get into it. Emmanuel, the Minister of is he Cultural, Tourism, and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa, had a conversation with Seun Okimbaloyi over the weekend, and this I'm not even sure why this wasn't trending as I thought it was going to, because I did watch clips of it, and I was like, hmm. I was like, I hope I can talk about this with Emmanuel on the show, and she made quite a few comments during that show, and this is from the This Day newspaper, but I mean it's live on YouTube wherever you want to see it. And the one of the questions he had asked was if the president was going to drop Shatima as his running mate, right? Or fail to pick a northern Muslim to run with him in his re-election bid. And she had said that would be a grave mistake, putting it mildly. Is that mildly? Yes. She said it would pose serious political risks for APC, particularly in the core of the northern states where, their voting patterns are deeply influenced by not only regional consideration, but also religious considerations, which we know. So she said that if there is no Hausa, Fulani, or Kanuri Muslim on the ticket, it creates a hurdle. And that's the reality of the way the people think. She explained that the politics in northern Nigeria was deeply entrenched in social identity and historical voting. And the core north states like Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, Kebbi, Jigawa, Zamfara, and Sokoto understand politics at a very, very deep level. So she said, APC reshuffling the presidential ticket is not a step in the right direction because it will it won't bode well basically for APC, and it's likely that they will lose the election if he does change, if President Tinubu changes his running mate. But Emmanuel, I'd like to know what you have to say. I have like quite a few questions because there's this question, there's the Peter Obi and the article conversation as well. There's the Dogara one, like Dogara replacing Shetima conversation. But I know that you're probably going to touch on everything, but let's go. Your time starts now.
Sure. All right. Basically, I think for a minister, you are serving at the pleasure of the president, not even the vice president. You serve at the joy of the president. If the president is unhappy, he can ask you to go.
Mm-hmm.
That is how dangerous the work of a minister is. You can be swapped, you can be removed at any time.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but for her and what has been happening with most APC party chieftains is the fact that they've been trying to actually control the narrative for the ruling party and also for the opposition. If you remember and you follow what is trending in the political world, Festus Keyamo has been a man who has consistently analyzed what is going on in the opposition party.
Okay.
Over the weekend, the Minister for Aviation still gave his analysis of what is happening in faraway Kano when a lot is happening in the aviation sector. So when you look at basic thing that is actually happening now is the fact that most of these political appointees, they also have to maintain relevance and they also have to find a way to maintain their base prior to the 2027 election. So peradventure, their party secure victory, they would have been seen to play a very important role. Now, back to the question. If it's dangerous, he's affirming the fact that it is dangerous for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to pick another running mate for 2027 elections. The truth about it is Tinubu picked Shetima in the first place when the odd was stacked against him, and they won. Some people might dispute the fact that, oh, they didn't win, but for me, the court has ruled, the Supreme Court has ruled. So any other side, any other motion that I have, I think we have to just respect the rule of law. They won. They are in power.
Mm-hmm.
Their tenure will soon be over. They will be seeking re-election. But for other school of thoughts who have been working, some have been working to see Shetima replaced. Some have been working to see Shetima keep his place. And that is the irony. My fear for APC is the fact that I'm looking at it that APC should not self-explode. External interference don't kill political parties like internal interference. And where there are aggrieved parties internally and you fail to please them, it is very hard for the political party to survive. A case study of the People's Democratic Party, 2023, 2022 till now. So when you look at what is happening, it's just rhetorics ahead of the 2027 election.
Mm-hmm.
The group which the set of people in the APC who are quite in tune with Kashim Shettima, we want him to stay in office. If he stays in office, see, these people, politics is a game. But to us, politics is our reality, our life. Because all the bad decisions politically has affected us economically and has affected our daily living, our way of life. But it's an irony and it is sad that Nigerians don't see politics as their reality. They join the politicians in their political game. And when the game is played, just look at people playing chess. We are all pawns on the chessboard and it's a game for them. But in chess, to the pawn, the rook, the bishop, it's their reality. And we are that group of people. So when you look at it, there are a group of people within the APC that want Shetima to stay. There are a group of people within the APC that wants Tinubu to replace Shetima. Don't also forget the pressure and the international pressure that the Muslim ticket has brought on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government. Now it's going to be a whole lot. We are not privy to conversations they are having at the international scene. And the way I'm looking at it at this point, maybe by the middle of the year, I will be certain, but I'm looking at it as a 50-50 chance for Kashim Shettima. And he also is fighting for his political relevance, because after attaining the post of vice president, there's only one post left for you to attain. Easiest route for Shettima is to see Tinubu's 8th year, to stay with Tinubu till he leaves office. Peradventure, Nigeria will give him a ticket to return, and then take the ticket when it will be zoned to the northern part of the country. He stands a better chance than anyone then. So if he plays his game right and is loyal without external pressure coming on the president to ensure that we don't have the same fate tickets, I think he might remain in office. But if the international pressure and the internal pressure is much, I think he might not remain in office.
Wow.
And this is it. See, she mentioned the fact that the northern part of the country vote based on their socio-cultural affiliation. It's not the northern part of the country. That is the way Nigerian politics and the demography of Nigerian voters has always been. We've always voted along socio-religious cultural line that has given rise to where we are today, based on our affiliation, whether culturally, socially, or religiously. We've never voted along the lines of competency most times. And that's a reality. So she speaks based on the fact that she understands the caliber of voters coming from the northern part of the country who are quite affiliated with their belief, whether religion or culture, and do follow politicians like cult followers. But if Tinubu is to even drop Shettima, he must be ready. So it is a dilemma and headache that the president will not have envisaged at this particular time. But I want to tell people not to take anything away from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because in the first instance, 2022 to 2023, he navigated this ordeal, albeit internally, but now there is external pressure from the international community. And with the narrative flying around in Washington, D.C., in Tel Aviv, it's very hard for him to keep Shettima. But if he's insisting on keeping Kashim Shettima, I think at this point he has to do a whole lot of work to ensure his re-election. And maybe putting faith in Kashim Shettima would even give him a chunk of northern votes, because they will see him as keeping faith in their son. Albeit if there is no northern candidate running for presidency in the major political parties. So it's a dilemma. It's a series of thoughts that will be on the president's head. But some will say that he has secured state governors and everything. And I beg to differ. Prior to 2019, 2015 general election, yeah, Goodluck Jonathan also had majority of the governors. But let me tell you one thing about Nigerian governors. They are never loyal. Except few of
We
them.
talked about it this morning already.
Yeah, exactly. This is the way we're what it is.
Yes.
They are never loyal. They can do yes sir to you, but behind they are working against you. When you look at the way politicians are built, see, this Musawa, the minister that is saying that, oh, it's going to spell doom for the ticket if they don't pick based on this. Peradventure, which we don't know yet, if Tinubu drops Shettima, she will still campaign for Tinubu. If Tinubu drops Shettima and picks me, it's Nigerian politician, she will still campaign. She will still tell people that I'm the next best thing after Agbalumo. Tinubu is right to have picked me as I'm better than the amala and semo that people eat. That is Nigerian politicians. See, when Nkrumah was overthrown on his way to China and the prime minister of China had to tell him the news, he sent back his foreign affairs minister to go back to Ghana and go and have a conversation and everything. Do you know that when the foreign affairs minister got back to Ghana, he supported the coupists who had overthrown Nkrumah? Everyone that followed him deserted him and immediately went to pledge allegiance to the coupists. Nkrumah died in exile based on the fact that politicians only know their pocket, especially in this part of the world. They are never about a basic ideology. The Pan-Africanism that Nkrumah preached, he was preaching it from his heart, but those following him was just from the lips, based on what they want to eat and the power, and because they want to be close to the power. You can't tell me a Pan-Africanist is now supporting a coupist. It's not done anywhere. That is the reality. The Nkrumah example is just part of our reality. It has been there since and will continue to be there. So even the minister saying that, oh, if there is no Hausa Fulani or Kanuri Muslim on the ticket, it's create an Odu. That's the reality of the way people think. If there is no Hausa Fulani or Kanuri, I'm telling you point blank, the minister will still the campaign train. For them, it's just a speech. It is not a belief. For them, it's just rhetoric. It is not their stand. So when you look at it, there will be electoral consequences. I'm not arguing with her on that aspect. We all know, because there are going to be aggrieved people within the APC, loyalists to Shetima, starting from Borno State, starting from northeastern part of the country. But the truth still remains. The president can switch his running mate. And if he switches his running mate, he has to be ready for the electoral consequences. And it's a two-way thing. The temperature has to be measured. It can swing in his favor and it can also go the other way. If he switches to a Muslim Christian ticket and picks another running mate, he might be able to sway the North Central voters who are in their large numbers. And one of the voting bloc that has fluctuated over the years is the North Central part of the country. This electoral cycle, they might vote for PDP. Next one, you see them voting for APC. I don't know. I've not studied the behavioral pattern of the North Central voters, but they are one of the unique set of voters in Nigeria, and I think they vote basically on their belief. Don't forget that Obi won the local government in Adamawa, in Niger. So you look at it and then you look at the pattern of the North Central voters. This is how they vote. So if he picks another person, the North Central might swing in his favor. So it's a calculation, it's permutation, it's a game to them. But it's our own reality.
That stage.
Yeah, it's our own reality. Ask yourself, Fumi, how old were you when late Muhammadu Buhari became president and the economy went into recession? Did it not affect your way of life?
When you put it that way, it's scary.
Now look at the years you've taken from Jonathan to Buhari and now, and they call it a game, but it is your reality. You are growing in it. Why they are playing their game in it? And they are lining up their pockets because to them it is a game and it is also a means to an end. It is a job for them. It is a career, but for us, it is our reality, our way of life. Ask people, are they better off before this administration? Ask them. Tell them to
I
give
think
you.
one thing that people think that way. I think the average Nigerian is so blinded by not culture, not even religion. I don't know what it is they're blinded by, because you could literally have this question you asked. You can ask the guy down the street, and he doesn't think that there's anything wrong. He doesn't think that he's lost maybe 8 years of his life, and that's what is always very, very, is
See,
he amazing? I can't
I,
wrap my head around it.
I think last week I told you that just about 20% of the total population of Nigeria has about a 1 million naira
You did,
in their
yes,
account.
yes, you did.
How many Nigerians earn over 500,000 naira monthly?
Oh,
You
should we
have to
bring
look at the
out our,
number.
should we bring out our base?
You have to look. You have to look at the number.
Because Imana, I don't like all these things. Last week you came, but today now, like,
No,
put your
no,
body on
no.
the ground.
See,
What's the
see.
issue?
Our problem is the fact that we've abandoned reality. We've abandoned what was it called? We've abandoned the truth to speak what is not true, based on the fact that we are affiliated and we only seek our way, our daily bread. If care is not taken, I will tell you, your fathers, your forefathers would have left you inheritance that you might not be able to leave your children. That is the reality. That is it. But we are afraid to speak of it, and then would speak to the fact that, oh, since he came before, I was earning 150,000 naira. Let me tell you, there was a time if you earn 150,000 naira in Nigeria, which is about 10, 12 years ago, you're a big boy and a big girl. You can wake up and fly to Abuja, come back, go and do your weekend, come back. You can travel, people on 200, 250,000 naira, plan vacation outside the country.
Yes.
If you earn 1 million, 1.5 million, they don't even bond you to plan vacation. Do you know how much? Do you know how much rent is? Go and look for a new apartment.
My Emmanuel,
Go and look for a new
yeah.
apartment. See, this is reality, but we
Yes, it is.
ignore
It is.
reality. And I think in my face, in my life, I would rather not come on air than not speak. Even off air, I speak reality. I don't care who you are or whether see. Number one thing in life is, if you don't respect people, I don't have any respect for you. And the truth now is, our politicians don't even respect us. Do you know what they are writing about to do now? Permutations ahead of 2027 election, and Nigerians are dying. Kaduna the other day rose in your place. They were having political rally. 170 something people were kidnapped. And they were having political rally. And you think all these explanations that, oh, if you touch the team, they don't. They are finding means to an end to win an election.
Obviously.
Electoral Amendments Act is there. It has not been passed. Reserve seat bill is there. It has not been passed. Do you think if those laws will enable them to win election faster, do you think it will still be pending on their table?
Oh, yeah. We would have forgotten that they've even done something. They've even passed it since.
So that's the. So when I speak that, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. You can put Michael Jackson beats there and dance to it. That is our life. But politics to them is a game. To us, is our reality.
Exactly.
Cool. But before we go ahead, right about now, it is 5 minutes after 8. You're still tuning to Women Radio 91.7 FM. This is the Daily News Review. And as always, we bring it hot, 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 hot. The phone lines are now open: 07000 917 917. 09155 917 917. You can call our toll free line 0800 1235 917 beg your pardon, 0800 1235 917. You can text or WhatsApp us on 08155 917 917 or 0703 1756 537. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917. You can listen to us on the go, www.wfm917.com. My name is Fumi. Rose is here. Emmanuel has been giving us, I don't even know what to call it, because I'm wondering why my salary is brought into question. Last week it was whether I have 1 million in my account. Today is how much I'm earning. All because I asked a simple question about Shetima. But Imana, I want to ask you: is it strange to want to change your vice? If he changes it, whether or not he is feeling the pressure from international forces or whatever, what does that mean in the long run? Number two question is, if he wants to change Dogara, isn't Dogara a Muslim or is he a Christian? Like, what are the things at play here?
Yakub Dogara is a Christian,
Right.
uh,
Okay.
former speaker. But you see, you have to look at the political weight of who you want to change. You have to look at his political reach, his political affiliation, and those who are connected to him. If peradventure those who are connected to him are actually people who can get the job done politically, giving votes, but if those who are connected to the person politically are lightweight, then you have no problem changing the person. But don't
Right.
forget that Kashim Shettima was a former governor.
Right.
No, he's a former governor and a senator before attaining the position
Right.
of
Okay.
vice president. So you
Mm.
should know that he's no, you can't just shift
Kokere,
him away
Kokere,
from,
just like that. Yeah, I
yeah.
guess.
So that is the way it is. So you have to weigh whosoever you are bringing on board. If you are bringing someone on board, for example, if you want to replace him with someone like Kwankwaso, Kwankwaso also has political weight. So it is that you calculate. Then there's a lot of things you do. You just have to have your analysis right, because if you don't have
Mhm.
it right, it might be a suicide mission for you politically.
More. Okay, let's take these messages before we go to the next head. And if Rose has a question, top of the morning to you in the studio. Breaking up Nigeria is not a solution, but let us do true federalism where each region will control their resources and send some to central. Breaking up will not profit us much, but each tribe should respect one another. The situation where someone will come from Sokoto State and become emir in Ilorin State, a Yoruba dominated area, is not acceptable, which is why we see some ethnic cleansing in some areas. Okay, gonna keep it moving. That's from Adeshina Wasiu. Olusoga Ajayi says Tinubu promises to start where Buhari stopped. Medical tourism is part of it. Tinubu is just enjoying his old age, flying from one country to another. It's not easy to fly. Let me just tell you, it's work to fly. I envy you, boss. Nigerians, please. Interestingly, none of those country cares to know how our country looks like. Jagaban on your mandate, I stand till 2031. Malo, Moto, I'm not sure. Did I say that right? I'm not sure I did. Mayor says, beautiful morning to you in the studio. Same to you. Anyone waiting for the National Assembly making public hearing concerning the constitution amendments is just wasting his or time, because APC government doesn't need or regard your input in national issues, because about 99% of them are APC members. About insecurities in Nigeria, I may will sincerely advise our security men to lay down their arms in protest, because the so-called rulers in the north are not helping matters. The military men will arrest the bandits and the Boko Haram, and their rulers will release back to the society. What is the need for fighting them? Please let the North be free for all battleground, because according to their rulers, the bandits and Boko Haram are their brothers. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. That is from Mayor from Ikotwegwe. Those are the messages this morning. Rose over.
Mm. All right. I mean, when it comes to politics, nothing actually, surprises me anymore. There's nothing I would hear that would make me want to. Mm-mm. There's not, because at the end of the day, we have seen it times without number that this set of people are only after their own gains. So whatever is sitting on their table, looking at them directly, but they're not even hoping to look at it, or they're not even looking forward or telling us that, oh, we're going to look at it. But if it's something that would affect them coming back for second term, something that will affect their seats, they
Mm-hmm.
are sharply would be done. So all of this noise that we're hearing left, right, and center, We just know that elections is around the corner, and this is where you see people just looking for where to go to that would benefit them directly. Not even
Yeah.
about the people, not even about, oh, okay, I think since I'm not doing so well, let me leave the seats or let me leave this space and hand it over to somebody else that will do better for me. So
Hello, good morning, women already. Good morning, women already.
Yes,
oh no,
we have a
not in this
call.
side.
So sorry, we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, women already.
Hello, good morning. We
Good
cannot
morning.
hear you. Good morning. What's
Okay,
your name,
good
baby?
morning, women already. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Good morning,
Yes,
women
yes, we can
already.
hear you. Yes, Evangelist Dixon. It's
Okay.
been a while. Good morning.
Yes, yes. Good morning, Madam Fumi. Good morning, Madam Rose. Good morning, Mr. Emmanuel. Another opportunity that the Lord has given to me. I'm grateful to God. I've listened to all you've been saying. Madam Rose, yes, you are the person that said the final word. And I believe all you said and what Emmanuel also said. Let me tell you, these people, they're after their own pockets. Self, they are not. Look
7917.
at them now. Instead of them to be talking about governance, you are busy talking about how to grab power. And we don't have strong opposition. People are
Hmm.
suffering. Look at infrastructure. I traveled. Sorry, I traveled. I just came back yesterday night. My people now, you know them. Transport fare, come, 70,000, 75. It's after some time now. If it's not festive season, they bring it back to 32,000. I don't know why. I don't know why we are doing like that to ourselves. I don't know why we are doing like that to ourselves. So the other one, they try will not be able to. Imagine you traveling, you have to spend going and coming. You spend 150,000 naira. You can't go to air. That one is another to say plane. You can't do. Why are we being so wicked to one another? Why are we being so selfish? And we are going to tell Christian and Muslim. No, when Christ comes into your life, it will show that self. You don't not think about yourself. Think about other comfort. And that's only what in this we are so selfish. If you other, but now for me, nothing move me anymore. I'm not moved. I will tell you, I'm still at home praying. But I believe one day we need the orientation. People need to start doing the right thing. All of us, I don't see, majority of us are not doing the right thing. Some of us are blaming this leader now. Many people that are there now, they are people that was they had the position before. Now they're getting the what are they doing? People that want to grab power, if they get the same thing. We need to change their way, change their attitude. Then, if you want a better Nigeria, it all depends on you and I. Anywhere, because God is watching us. So there's not in this life. Oh, many have gone. I went for burial. I know one day people will bury me, and I go back to my God and give account how I live my life. And that's how I only do my own thing in the fear of God. I don't do what others are doing. When I respect, I will only respect people that need respect. That's me. I will only do the right thing because I know that God is watching me. Please, Nigeria, let us change our attitude, change that way, change the way we are doing it. Let's start from you. Let's start from. Let us not look at. Let us not look at. God, yes, God will leave them. If they go to hell, don't go to hell with them. You start there where you are. God has placed you there. Make it different where you are. Because God will ask. God will ask you. I don't want to take your time. They say they will not say Mr. Gibson has come again. Please, let us always do the right thing. That better Nigeria we are looking, we come on. But I love you. I love this country. I still want to love this country. This country was not like this before. And I believe I will still enjoy this country once again. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will be great again. Thank you, man.
It will be,
God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will be great again. Thank you, man.
it will be great again. Thank you so
It's good to hear from you, Evangelist Dixon. It's been a while. Thank God for your safe trip and you're back home. So yeah, at the end of the day, we just hope that we have leaders who have us, at the center of their hearts. All right, so let's look at this one coming from, the issue of ASU and the president saying that no more ASU strike in Nigeria. Now, this is coming from Nigerian Tribune, and the headline says no more ASU strike in Nigeria. Now, this is coming from Nigerian Tribune, and the headline says no more ASU strike in Nigeria, says
much.
Tinubu. Now, the president has assured us that